Imagine waking up already knowing exactly what matters today, what you're saying no to, and how each hour moves you closer to the life you actually want. No 47 open tabs, no chaos, just a calm, reliable system running in the background, like an operating system, but for you. Most people try to fix their productivity by adding more apps, more to-do lists, more hacks. The result? More friction, more guilt, and more overwhelm. The problem isn't you, it's that you're trying to run your life without a clear architecture. In this video, we're going to build your personal operating system, a simple, powerful way to plan, track, and execute everything that matters. Not abstract theory. I'll walk you through concrete structures you can steal, adapt, and install this week. By the end, you'll have a blueprint for a life where your brain does less juggling and more creating, thinking, and actually living. Let's get into it. When I say personal operating system, I don't mean another complicated Notion template or a color-coded planner you abandon in a week. I mean a practical, low-friction way to run your life. A structure for how you plan, how you track, and how you execute every single day. Over the next 15 minutes, I'll show you how to design a system that catches every task, connects it to real goals, and then guides you through your day so you're not constantly deciding from scratch. We'll cover vision, goals, projects, tasks, dashboards, reviews, and what to do when life inevitably explodes on you. If you care about focus, progress, and peace of mind, stay with me all the way through. Each section builds on the previous one. If you find this kind of deep dive helpful, consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming breakdowns where we'll build on this system with real tool setups and examples. Before we jump into templates and tactics, we need one core principle: separate thinking from doing. Most of your stress comes from trying to plan, prioritize, and execute at the same time in the same moment. You sit down to work, open your laptop, and now you're asking, what matters? Where did I leave off? What's urgent? What can wait? By the time you've decided, half your energy is gone. Your personal operating system fixes this by assigning thinking to specific moments and doing to other moments. Planning happens in dedicated sessions, daily and weekly, where you zoom out, think clearly, and decide what matters. Execution happens later, where you simply follow pre-made decisions. This is the real magic. Your future self shows up, opens their system, and the question isn't, what should I do? But, can I trust the plan I already made? Once that answer is yes, your productivity stops being heroic effort and becomes more like following a script. Let's map the architecture. Your personal operating system has 3 layers: plan, track, execute. Plan is your thinking layer. This is where you clarify direction, your vision, goals, and priorities. It answers, where am I going? Why does it matter? What will I focus on this quarter, this month, this week? Track is your memory layer. It holds the details, projects, tasks, notes, deadlines, and reference material. It answers, what exactly needs to happen? What's in progress? What's blocked? What's done? Execute is your action layer. This is your calendar, time blocks, focus sessions, and routines. It answers, what am I doing right now? How long will I do it? What happens next? Most systems fail because they overbuild one layer and ignore the others. You have a beautiful planning board but no daily execution, or endless tasks with no clear why. Our goal is balance, each layer simple, connected, and easy to maintain when life gets messy. We start with the planning layer because everything else depends on it. Planning is not about predicting the future perfectly, it's about choosing a direction and constraints so you're not redeciding your life every week. I like to think in 3 horizons: yearly vision, quarterly priorities, and weekly focus. Yearly, where do you want to be 12 months from now in 3 to 5 domains? Career, health, relationships, finances, learning. Keep it short and outcome-based. Quarterly, from that vision, pick 3-5 priorities for the next 90 days. These become your big rocks. Anything new must compete with them. Weekly, every week, look at your quarter and ask, what small concrete wins would make this week successful? capture 3 to 7 outcomes. Your planning layer lives in one place, a simple page or document you actually see often. No fancy automations needed. Clarity beats complexity here. This becomes the North Star your tracking and execution layers align to. Now we connect planning to reality through projects. A project is anything that requires more than one step and has a clear done. That might be launch portfolio website, finish Q2 report, or plan weekend trip. Take each quarterly priority and ask, what projects make this real? If your priority is improve health, projects might be find a trainer, set up meal prep system, run 5K in June. List these projects in a single central projects list, digital or analog. For each one, define desired outcome. What does success look like? Deadline or target window. First, 1 to 3 next actions, not all steps, just the starting moves. This is crucial. Your brain hates vague intentions but loves concrete outcomes. By turning priorities into clearly defined projects, you create a bridge from big dreams to executable tasks. Your tracking layer will manage these, and your execution layer will pull from them each day. With projects defined, we zoom in one more level: tasks. This is where most to-do lists go wrong. They're vague, mixed, and disconnected from any larger purpose. A task in your personal OS is attached to a project or clear context, actionable in one sitting, written as a visible action, not a fuzzy idea. Website is not a task. Draft homepage copy V1 is. Health isn't a task. Book blood test appointment is. Go through your projects and capture 3-10 next actions per project, but highlight just 1 to 3 as active. You don't need to map the entire universe, only the next few moves. Also add standalone tasks for life admin, bills, appointments, quick favors. Tag them by energy or context if helpful. Deep work, shallow work, errands, calls. This gives your tracking layer rich raw material. When it's time to execute, you're never staring at a blank page. You're choosing from realistic, pre-thought-out moves aligned to real outcomes. Your tracking layer is the brain of your personal OS. Its job is to remember everything reliably so your mind doesn't have to. If you've ever tried to focus while mentally juggling 20 open loops, you know why this matters. At minimum, your tracking layer needs a projects list, what's on your plate; a tasks list, or views, what's next; a simple calendar for dates that are real, optional but helpful; notes linked to projects; and a small waiting for list for things others owe you. The key is trust and simplicity. One inbox for new tasks, email, Slack, random ideas, all get captured into a single place. One projects list, not 3 different ones. One calendar you actually check. You don't win by having the most categories. You win by knowing that if something matters, it will show up when you need it. We'll talk tools later, but for now, think structure. Where does each piece of information live? Execution is where everything either works or falls apart. The best plans are useless if your day is just reacting to email and fires. Your execution layer answers, what am I doing next, and for how long? 2 main tools live here, your calendar and your daily focus list. Your calendar is for time-specific commitments, meetings, calls, appointments, and intentional blocks of focus, rest, and life. If it must happen at a time, it goes here. Your daily focus list is your script for the day. Each morning, or better, the evening before, you choose 3 must-wins from your tracking layer, plus a few nice-to-haves. These become your navigation, especially when you're tired or distracted. During the day, you don't renegotiate your life. You open your calendar, see the shape of your day, then open your focus list and start at the top. One decision repeatedly honored beats 50 micro decisions you keep revisiting. Let's zoom in on the daily routine, because this is where your personal OS plugs into real life. You need 3 small rituals: startup, maintenance, and shutdown. Startup, 5 to 10 minutes. Open your tracking system, scan projects, and choose your 3 must-wins for the day. Then look at your calendar and rough time blocks. Ask, Given reality, what's truly possible? Adjust. Maintenance, 1 to 2 minutes, a few times a day. When new tasks appear, emails, messages, ideas, drop them into your single inbox. Don't organize them yet, just capture and return to your focus. Shut down, 10 minutes. At the end of the day, clear your inbox, assign tasks to projects, and pick must-wins for tomorrow. Close with one question. If tomorrow goes like this, will I be proud? These tiny loops keep your system alive. Instead of heroic once-a-month overhauls, you're calmly steering a ship that's always slightly correcting course. Weekly review is where your personal OS levels up. Think of it as a meeting with yourself where you reset, clean up, and intentionally choose your next week instead of drifting into it. Here's a simple flow. 1. Reflect. What worked this week? What didn't? Any lessons? 2. Clear. Empty inboxes, email, notes, task inbox into your tracking system. 3. Review. Scan all projects. For each, decide active, on hold, done, or dropped. 4. Plan. Choose your 3 to 5 priorities or outcomes for next week. This doesn't need to be a 2-hour ceremony. 30 focused minutes is enough. Put it in your calendar as a non-negotiable recurring event. Maybe Friday afternoon or Sunday evening. The weekly review reconnects layers. Planning informs tracking. Tracking informs execution. Without it, your system slowly decays. With it, you get that underrated feeling of being on top of things, even when life is busy and imperfect. Even the best system gets punched in the face by reality. Urgent requests, crises, surprises. Your personal OS needs rules for chaos, so you don't throw everything out when a bad day hits. Here are 3. 1. When overloaded, shrink the scope, not the system. Keep the same structure but commit to fewer must-wins and smaller tasks. 2. Use the today triage. If your day blows up, pause for 3 minutes. Look at your must-wins and calendar. Decide intentionally what can move, what absolutely can't. Update your list once, then follow it. 3. Capture everything, decide later. In stressful moments, don't organize. Just throw tasks into your inbox. During your shutdown or weekly review, you'll clean it up. The goal isn't rigid perfection, it's graceful degradation. On great days, your system hums. On messy days, it still catches what matters and gives you a path back to calm.
Let's talk tools, but briefly, because tools should serve your OS, not define it. Start with the structure we've built, then pick the simplest tech that can support it. A minimal digital stack could look like this. Calendar, Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, anything that syncs. Tasks and projects, Todoist, Things, TickTick, or Notion Obsidian if you prefer more structure. Notes, Apple Notes, Evernote, Obsidian, Notion, pick one home, map layers clearly. Plan, a single vision and goals page or doc. Track, projects database list plus tasks with tags or filters. Execute, today view plus calendar. Avoid temptation to over-customize from day one. Get a simple version working for 4 to 6 weeks, then only improve bottlenecks you actually feel. Remember, the power is in the decisions and routines, not the aesthetics. It's way better to have a boring system you use daily than a beautiful one you seldom open.
Let's quickly tie everything together so you can see the full operating system as one coherent flow. Your plan layer sets direction, yearly vision, quarterly priorities, weekly outcomes. This keeps you from treating every incoming request as equally important. Your track layer remembers the details, projects with clear outcomes, tasks written as concrete actions, notes and reference in one home, a calendar for real dates. This frees your brain from constant mental tab-keeping. Your execute layer guides your day. Time-specific events on your calendar, 3 daily must-wins from your projects, small rituals, startup, maintenance, shutdown, and a weekly review to reconnect everything. You've also got rules for chaos. Shrink the scope, triage today once, capture now, and decide later. And you've seen how tools simply map onto this structure instead of driving it. If you install even a lightweight version of this personal OS, you'll feel more clarity, more control, and more peace with the same 24 hours. Now it's your turn to actually install this, not just nod along. Here's a simple 3-step implementation plan. 1. Tonight or this weekend, spend 30 minutes creating a 1-page planning layer. Write your 3-5 yearly outcomes, your current quarter's priorities, and a rough picture of a successful week. 2. Build a basic tracking layer, a single projects list, and a single task inbox in whatever tool you already use most. Don't migrate everything. Start with what's active. 3. Run the system for 7 days. Do a 5-minute startup, 10-minute shutdown, and 1 weekly review. Only after a week, tweak anything. If you want more deep dives on building this out in specific tools like Notion, Obsidian, or Todoist, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you catch those walkthroughs. Drop a comment with what part of this personal OS you're going to implement first. And if this was helpful, a like helps this reach more people who need it.